Hey guys, my name is Vladimir and this is workshop from Waves to the participants of Hack for Future ArtHack. This will be a quick webinar about blockchain use cases in art. My name is Vladimir, I'm developer advocate in Waves Association. Waves Association is a company that's developing a blockchain protocol called Waves. And actually I would like to start this workshop from quick description of key advantage of blockchain technology. And this is decentralization. The idea of blockchain is that your data is stored all over the world. For example, in Waves, this means that there are at the same time more than 400 computers storing your data all over the world. So if we lose connection to all Europe, for example, your data will still be stored in Australia or North America. Blockchain is a huge technology and decentralization is not the only thing, but this is the key why it's so famous and important for different IT projects. For example, cryptocurrency is possible only because of decentralization. Decentralization guarantees that your data won't be changed and won't be lost because the probability that every participant from 400 nodes will lose your data is really small, and at the same time each participant cannot change the data alone. So if I'm, for example, storing your data, even if I change it, it still remains the same at other computers. I'm not going to dive too deep into blockchain technology right now, but if you're interested in tech details, you can take a look at the crash course filmed to Hack for Future in May. Link is here. And this video will be helpful for you to deeper understand the technology if you're enthusiast for IT. But for now, I would like to focus on some more practical things. For example, on my own product, Certificado. That's actually really close to the topic of today's workshop, to the art. Certificado is my project that I ran a year ago. The mission of it is to certify different knowledges or at least different documents. For example, one of the use cases is certification of educational diplomas. Even for Hack for Future, we are creating documents that guarantee that Brett Osler, for example, has won the first place for the best tech solution. How it works? This is PDF file of certificate and it has its own QR code. If you scan this QR code or click on it in PDF version, you will switch to this validation platform. Here you can just click the button validate and we see that Brett Osler is verified. We even can go deeper into Blockchain Explorer. Here we see the interface of blockchain transparency and we see the all list of members and what's most important, the issue date of each certificate. It's called transaction. So for example, here we see the transaction of 29th of September, and this is one of the winners in Hack for Future hackathon. This tool is called Waves Explorer. We will come back to it a bit later. And now I would like to tell a story how this project came to art, because it started from education, from edtech, but later we got a really interesting case in art. I would like to tell a story about this picture. This image is called Meeting of Friends. It's pretty old image that was created after the World War in 1945 by a Russian author. And pretty interesting is that it was lost almost immediately after date of creating. And almost for 50 years, Russian people only have, the legend about this picture, and it was found a couple of months ago in private collection, and after that it was driven to Russian museum. But no one is really sure that it's exactly the same picture that was created in 1945. So that's a problem, that no one actually has idea how this picture was moved in this time and who is the real owner of it right now. So that's why I was thinking about creating a certificate for pictures, for art, for works of art. And even in Russian museum, they were interested in this solution, and I had a chance to present my idea in the media conference about it. It's in Russian, but you can see me here in the bottom right corner. That's me presenting the idea of certificates for works of art. Here is a translation of it, and it even works at art.certificate.one. Let me switch to it. The idea is pretty simple. We can use all the power of blockchain technology to store the data about a piece of art, right, work of art. So here, for example, is the certificate of this picture, and what we see is that currently art owner is Russian Museum in St. Petersburg, but art creator is Samokhvalov, the creator of this picture. Here we can also store the number of contract, for example, that connects this on-chain certificate to the real world. And what is most important, we can see the current location and movement history. The idea is that if I'm sending this picture to some another place, I immediately add the transaction, like I'm sending it there, and that will make the history of movements transparent. And if there was an opportunity to store the certificate of this image in 1945, then no one would have a problem with management of this picture. And it could be possible to find it even earlier, not a couple of months ago, but maybe in 1946. Here we also have a button, Verify Certificate, like in educational certificate. And what's important, that that's the full information about the picture. It's in Russian, I'm sorry, but here is the name of the picture, owner, current owner, author, and contract number. Here we see a transaction list, and very important is that first transaction was like adding the meta information of the picture, the name and the author, and after that it's possible to send a transaction with movement. So here we see that we have a new contract with this number that moved this picture from author to the new owner, Ruski Muzey, that's Russian museum. So, and if we want to send this picture somewhere to another place, we just send another transaction. And this allows us to transparently follow the picture, and every participant, any citizen, can take a look always and be sure that he has an original picture in front of him. That's really important. So, final list of reasons to create certificates for work of art. Secure ownership. If I'm an owner of picture, I have a certificate, and no one can say that, hey, you are not an owner. I am. Take a look, that's my certificate. At the same time, if I want to sell or move it, I can do it without having risks to lose transparency, actually. And it doesn't downgrade the cost, the price of the picture, because everyone is watching the history transparently and doesn't have any issues about it. And the third reason that I haven't talked about yet is true historical flavor. I mean, one thing that Samokhvalov, art creator, when created it in 1945, had a huge thoughts in mind, like why is this picture important? What's its what sense does it have? And it's a really important picture because it shows how people are sitting together after the war That's important, but no one knows what was actually in mind of the author. And if there was an opportunity to store the citate maybe or some words from author to add some flavor to this picture, it would be important. So we can add the words of authors to the certificate, and no one will be able to delete them from history. Author meant this. Okay, that point, it's stored forever. That's what I think about blockchain use case for art as most important thing. I'm suggesting you to create your own solutions, or at least to think about how it would like to work in real life during the hackathon. It's a really important task, and I will be glad to provide some assistance for you. Also, I would like to share the links. Crash course to blockchain, I've already shown to you. My blog and Twitter, please follow me. And if you want to dive deeper into Waves technology, blockchain technology, please visit this website, waves.tech. Here is all information about blockchain, different projects. For example, I provided an example about Waves blockchain. We have different protocols like Gravity and Neutrino. That's all is really interesting. Take a look if it suits you. And thank you for Hack for Future for inviting us. I wish you good luck in participating in this hackathon. Thank you.